Car collections are something we'd all like to showcase. Who wouldn't? It doesn't just make a point about your net worth, it's also a statement on your personal tastes and style. Like an art collection, your cars say a lot about you, but some prefer to keep their tastes private. But few car collections are as secret as that of Hassan Al Bashir, the Sultan of Brunei. Frequently considered the most expensive car collection in the world, the Sultan owns somewhere between 4,000 and 7,000 cars, with a collective value of close to $3 billion US. Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to take a look at the extensive car collection below video. Hassan Al Bashir has an estimated net worth of $20 billion, making him the second richest royal in the world after the King of Thailand, Vajiralongkorn, who has a net worth of $35 billion. Hassan Al Bashir is one of the last remaining absolute monarchs in the modern world, and he is the current king, prime minister, defense minister, finance minister, and head of religion in the nation of Brunei. His massive wealth comes primarily from their oil and gas development, and given his love for cars, it seems he has spent a lot of it expanding his collection. The car collection of the 29th Sultan of Brunei is the most extensive private car collection in the world, and the combined value of his cars is still hotly debated. Some estimate it at $3 billion, others at $5 billion, but one thing for sure, it is unrivaled. He owns over 600 Rolls Royces, 550 Mercedes Benzes, over 450 Ferraris, several concept cars, and cars you've never even heard of. His collection is known to hold the rarest and most valuable vehicles in the world. The cars are kept secret for the most part, and whatever information exists on the collection is pieced together from scraps and speculations and a few first-hand accounts. There has never been a full list or catalog of the entire collection, but we are aware of the more incredible, outlandish cars, and that's what we're interested in. So here's what we do know. His record reveals that he has spent a whopping $78 million on coach-built Ferraris from Italian designers Pininfarina SPA in the past, plus a Rolls Royce shopping spree that ran up a cost of over $475 million. The purchases included a $14 million gold-plated Silver Spur limousine. He commissioned the vehicle for his wedding day, and as the occasion demanded the very best, the Silver Spur is decked out in pure 24-karat gold. He also has a total of 10 McLaren F1s, which is impressive because only 106 of these were ever produced. This mid-engine sports car was manufactured between 1992 and 1998. Thanks to their very limited numbers, they are among the rarest and most expensive vehicles in the world, valued between $8 and $13.5 million. His purchase included 5 road cars, 3 F1 LMs, 1 F1 GT, and 1 F1 GTR. And as if that weren't enough, he has also bought 3 of the total 6 F1 LMs ever produced. And it's not just rare cars he's interested in. The Sultan is also interested in vehicles that car makers intend never to go into production. Case in point, the extraordinary Ferrari Mythos, a concept car. The Mythos was a Pininfarina creation, designed to evoke the old dream cars reminiscent of the 60s, but with a modern twist. It premiered at the Tokyo Motor Show in 1989, where car collectors fell in love. But it wasn't meant to be. The Mythos was supposed to only be a styling exercise and not for production. But of course, huge admirers of the Italian car makers like Shiro Kosaka and the Sultan of Brunei managed to get their hands on it for an undisclosed price. The Ferrari Mythos is a mid-engine rear-wheel drive, and the design was inspired by the Testarossa, giving it the wedge shape and large air intake ahead of the rear wheels. You won't find this car anywhere except in private collections unless you're willing to make a trip down to Cambiano, Italy, where the show car is put on display for the public. But the Sultan himself has 2. He commissioned one in red and another in turquoise. It's not the only concept car in the collection, but is that really a surprise? The Sultan also has the BMW Nazca M12 concept car unveiled in 1991. It was a collaboration between BMW and Italdesign debut. After seeing the car in the Geneva Motor Show, the Sultan requested that the M12 be made specifically for him. This led to the creation of Nazca C2, later unveiled in the Tokyo Motor Show that same year. The car boasted a carbon fiber chassis and body frame, plus several lightweight components. The cabin provided a full 360-degree view thanks to the all-glass architecture, and the vehicle has a dome-like shape. Compared to the M12, the C2 actually weighs 220 pounds less thanks to the extensive use layers of carbon fiber. And by the way, the Mythos is not the only rare Ferrari in his collection. He once commissioned 11 custom Ferrari F40s, and 3 of them are out in public today. That's right, 2 people in the world currently own some of the Sultan's previous cars. The yellow F40 and matte gray F40 were bought by John Collins, a Ferrari dealer who worked for Telecrest. The third one went through 4 owners before finally being purchased by Shenji Takei in 1996. Before all that, 10 of Sultan's 11 Ferraris underwent extensive cosmetic and performance upgrades. 7 of them were fitted with a tiltable steering wheel column and an ECU remap to increase torque from 426 pound-foot to 480 pound-foot. The F40 typically comes to around $400,000 to $700,000. Still, with all the repaint work, customizations, and upgrades, one car can easily run into $1 million. He even has some of the rarest Ferraris on the planet, like the FXX. Only 30 of these were ever produced. It cost $2.6 million, not including whatever custom works the Sultan asked for. The 1,306 horsepower with a V12 hybrid engine that you cannot drive on the roads or in any series. In fact, for the first few years of ownership, the car remains with Ferrari. This beauty debuted in Yas Marina Circuit in Abu Dhabi, and in 2014 it was the newest addition to the Client Test Driver program, where Ferrari keeps the car and brings it to the track events and races when you want to play. And if you're wondering, well, who would ever want to spend nearly $3 million on a car you can't show off, then you simply don't get the world of sports car enthusiasts. And of course, he has Bugattis, quite a few in fact. Well, when we say few, it could be about 100, but we're only concerned with the best of the collection. 4 of these cars were EB110 SS models. One has Grigio Chiaro exteriors and beautiful blue leather interiors and custom-made logos and plaques. Another has a Nero metal exterior with Nero Incios leatherwork on the inside and fitted with a Dower exhaust. The best of the lot is the SS13 with bespoke interior and exterior finishes in multiple colors. EB110s typically go for $1.5 to $2 million, but that is without all the custom work. No prestigious car collection is complete without a Rolls Royce, and the Sultan has over 500 of them. Chief among them is the Phantom 6S, commonly used by the British royal family. The Sultan custom ordered 4 Phantom 6Ss, named the Rolls Royce Cloudesque. The car was a modernized version of the Silver Cloud, with engine modifications and transmission upgrades. The car was also modified to have a boot similar in design to that of the Rolls Royce Silver Seraph. Another prize in his collection is the Bentley Dominator, a luxury SUV produced specifically for Hassan Al Bashir. 6 of these were constructed for the Sultan in 1996 with an estimated cost of $4.6 million per car. They were based on the P38A Range Rover, and it also uses an all-wheel drive system, while Bentley was responsible for the exterior and interior works of the vehicles. Among all that, there are some others like the Porsche Karma, 209 BMW cars, 179 Jaguars, and much, much more that we may never learn of. Your average garage isn't going to be enough to house a collection like this. Reportedly, the cars are kept in an aircraft hangar and tended to constantly by a crew of maintenance experts. Sadly, this is not the case for every single vehicle, because there have been reports of some being left to rot and depreciate. Even if that's the case, I know many who would love to get their hands on whatever car the Sultan doesn't want anymore. What do you think of the car collection? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and